one-shot it. No, it seems very pointless for you to lower the damage from 250 to 240, you know? The only unit that affects is the Void Ray, right? Correct? Here, hold on. Aaron units. 240. The only unit that affects is the Void Ray. Because the Void Ray has 250. Like, that is a yikers from me, dog. You know, let's make it almost as fast as a Raven and a Medevac. Ugh. It's okay. Eventually, I'll just get too tilted and switch to Protoss completely. BC should get insta-gib? Yes. Because not only did I invest 400, 300 in my slowly flying unit, I also invested 150 in an upgrade that allowed it to use its spell in the first place. So if you're making tier 2.5, like, if I have enough tier 3 units, I should fucking cream your tier 2.5 units. That's how this should work. Now, Protoss get 2 versions of tier 3 units. Tempests and Carriers. Tempests are specifically to counter BCs. Like, I know when they were first put in, it was more about the Broodlords, but Broodlords suck the dick now. So if you get +1 on him, +1 on him on grades, it should one-shot based on the plus. That would be interesting. But the problem with that, Kia, Void counters BC, but it shouldn't. It used to not. Void Rays did not counter BCs because they got one-shot by Yamato. Now, Kia, and I still don't think they do in a full-out fight. Like, if there was no Terran army there at the end, I'd probably win that. What's it called? The problem with that logic, Kia, is that it's spell damage, right? So you would have to start. How would you justify an upgrading a spell damage where, like, when it doesn't happen to any other unit in the game? But that is spell damage ignores all armor, everything like that. Like, spell damage has specific Skytoss counters everything. That's very true. Very true. Using that logic, High Templar should kill Hydras. They do. High Templar fuck Hydras in the ass, dude. Storm? Have you not seen how good Storm is, bro? Have you not played a carrier comp, Dragon? I really refuse to believe you ever play Skytoss because it feels great. You make 8 Void Rays, you cancel 2 hatches, then you just go pure carrier with +3, get some High Templars at the end, and they can do nothing. Even Zerg's 500-600 MMR above me just die. Fungal? You need 3 Fungals to kill a High Templar, bro. High Templars are bad against Hydras now? Yeah, like, when was that a thing? High Templar are amazing. Like, I just want to know, like, who hurts you, Dragon? Because Protoss is great. I'm not, like, and this isn't even a complaint. This is just, like, just going based off the abilities that they have. It's great. They're great. The race is just great. It'd be like Toss will get, +3 on Storm. Exactly. Imagine, bro. Fucking imagine Storm getting damage upgrades, damage bonus from upgrades, bro. Even feedback instead of -50 health. Wait, Storm can't kill a Hydra? Yeah, but doing, what's it called? 80% of its health to, so Storm is the same potential as a Baneling, right? It's the same kind of concept. Banelings have the potential to murder millions of Marines, right? Same as, Toss hard to play in 2v2. That is false. Very false narrative. I don't know who told you that, Tejo. Look at this. Look at this shit. 2v2. Protoss win rate, 82%. Terran, 69. Zerg, 70. You think I try any less hard when I play those other races? No. It's just easier. This race is just easy. Same in 3v3. 91, 89, 85. I don't know about 4v4. Yeah. I haven't won very many 4v4s this season. 1v1. Like, it's just easy. 2 good storms. They can kill more than 12 Hydras. If the person just walks through them. Wait, Flick has 100 APM and is 50. Yeah, dude. That's why who was it in my chat yesterday that was like, yeah, Flick is a good player. And I'm like, bitch. No. Man plays like a moron. Man plays like a goddamn moron. He's like, Nexus here, Gateway here. Like, and they're just random ass locations. Oh, 3-minute 1-1. It's like, you play Flick 3 times. After the 3rd game, you'll never lose to him again because this shit's just stupid. That was me. Sarcasm. You deserve a little bit of flame for that one. Sounds like me. Like, dude's just... Oh, yeah, let's get double forge on one gateway, guys, because that's just so intelligent. Man, big brain. I wonder why none of the pros are doing it. Oh, wait, it's garbage. Like, yes, having a certain build is good, but just playing like it's the same thing with Playa, bro. Playa plays like a goddamn moron. He got the 6K playing like a moron. I'll give him that. He got the 6K one time. Now, have you ever seen him win any money off this game? No. You ever seen him in a WCS? No. Because it's just like... Playing stupidly. Do you want to team up? Yeah, let's play stretch. I'm down to play some games. Playing stupidly only gets you so far. Turkey Dano hit 6K, say no more. Well, cannon rushing is kind of different. Because I don't think, like, cannon rushing has been proven to work at every single level, all the way up through GSL. Like, Parting is a fucking god at cannon rushing. Cannon, like, battery rushing, right? So, cannon rushing is in its own special genre of brain damage, okay? Like you have the normal Protoss brain damage, and then you have cannon rushing that's a tier above in severe brain damage, you know? So many B tier Protosses are 7K now after the last 7K. Maybe 6K. I wouldn't say 7 is still high. 7 is extremely high. I'm just saying, put it this way. When you have Cyril in a fucking interview saying that, like, this is the best, in my opinion, the best Zerg of all time. Just listen to this. When you have him in an interview saying, my goal against Protoss is a tie, not a win, and then goes on in the next series after that interview to play Showtime in a 58-minute fucking tie because he truly doesn't think the matchup is winnable, there's a problem. That means there's a problem. If the best player that has ever played this video game says that a matchup is unwinnable and then proves it 10 minutes later, there is an issue, you know? I didn't watch that series. Yeah, did he tie against Showtime? Yeah, one of the games was a 58-minute tie. He said it against Neeb, too. Like, Neeb, well, I remember it was a fucking clip, and Neeb was talking about, like, he was talking about how Cyril was just the wall that he was gonna... This is what's it called? At the season finals of DreamHack. Right? So this was when Neeb crushed TY, and he was fucking all the other Koreans up. And then he goes against Cyril, and he's like, Cyril's my wall. And he was like, and then he goes, I know Cyril says the matchup is unwinnable, but I don't think I can beat him. He said there's no point in playing for a win. He only plays for a tie. If he wins, he's saying if he wins, it's literally purely because he's better, not because he just thinks it's mathematically impossible. In the past 2 years. Now imagine, Dragon, imagine having a 95% win rate in a matchup and still considering it unwinnable. Imagine. That just gotta feel so fucking good that you're just so much better than all these Protoss players with 0 IQ. Like, put it this way. The only person that stupid shit has worked for and worked for really well in his entire StarCraft career is SOS. SOS makes flashy, dumb shit look amazing. You know? His stuff is so, like, shouldn't ever work that pro players are like, nah, this is too stupid, I shouldn't lose to it. This toss's name is Zergcraft. Nice. Nice. I'm just saying, all of this to say, this is Terran just needs like 3 buttons in 2v2 to win the game, Kappa, what are those 3 buttons? Also, all of this to say, because I don't actually feel like I'm balance whining considering. I'm literally just going off of what, like, we're going off spells and kind of facts at the moment. But all of this whole rant to say that this is the worst patch to leave the fucking game, Blizzard. The worst patch. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have left, like they just said Protoss up and dipped. That Cyril was trying to keep Blizz from buffing Toss. Toss got 17 billion buffs in the last patch. The overall last patch that will probably ever be had. Unless Protoss just start winning tournaments. Like, the thing is, the Korean Terrans and the European Zergs are just so much better than any Protoss that plays this game. It's kind of sad. Come here. Hold on, sorry. The only stop new content is in new announcer packs. That is not what they said. They literally said they're not going to put out an end of the year balance patch, which is the biggest balance patch of every year, because they're just taking a step back from the game. They literally were like, hey, yo. They more or less said, hey, you guys, this game's not making enough money for us to care anymore. You know, and it doesn't have loot packs. Like, I know you guys have announcer packs, but there's no microtransactions. So, you know, our quota is actually staying the same because, like, you know, it's free to play, and all of you guys the people that play this game just actually care about the game, and we don't want that. We want money like Fortnite gets, you know? We want money off skins and little transactions, and fuck Activision, bro. Fuck Activision so hard. Fuck Activision. Game is, fucking terrible company design. Makes my blood boil, boys. I hate it. Fuck Activision. And they make good games. And you want to know why they make good games? Because the company that they're squashing under them in their own, like, what is it? Enveloping into their own company is fucking Blizzard. And you know what Blizzard was? Keyword was a fucking gem. It was such a gem of a company, bro. They never disappointed. Everyone was excited when a new Blizzard release came out, no matter what the fuck it was. Everyone was excited when Cardstone came out. You know? Like, it's literally a card game. And everyone was like, holy shit, bro, Hearthstone? I'm gonna play this shit all day just because it's Blizzard. Because it has the name on it. Because you know that even though it's a... Okay, Void, that's fine. Even though it's a card game, it's gonna be the most fucking quality card game you've ever played in your life because it was made by goddamn Blizzard Entertainment. They just patched 2 days ago. Versions maps. Fixed an issue, okay? That's a map issue. Where are the balance? There hasn't been a single balance patch. So no good players play Protoss? Yeah, Protoss is the best race? No, I did not say no good players play Protoss. I said that the Terran and the Terrans of Korea and the Zergs of Europe, which are 2 to 3 people of each respective race at most, out of the 300,000 people that play this game a month, you're talking about a handful of people that are just better. They're just better. If they, like... And the tosses in Korea do surprisingly well. But they can't beat the Terrans of Korea because the Terran, like, you just watch them get their, like, asses handed to them. They just get outplayed so hard. Anyways, man, y'all got me going on a rant about gaming companies. Feels bad. That feels good, you know? Needs to be heard. I'm just saying they won't make new content as new map. You have your hopes way too high, my boy. If it was just Blizzard, I'd say that, yeah. What? Carrier. About it. Oh. Man, it's weird talking about the scale. The skill cap of Toss is a lot easier to master than Zerg and Terran. There you go. Someone said it. The early game of Toss is the hardest thing to master. Toss early game is very delicate. But once they get to the mid and late game, it favors lower skilled players. And that's just how it is. That's always how it will be. No one else has the ability to just run you over like a toss does. No one. Bro, you literally just get demolished with and because of the Chrono Boost rework of like a year ago now, you used to get run over, and if you held, you had more workers, but that is no longer the case. All right, let's go. Let's go. Like, put it this way. I guarantee you these guys would probably be fucking platinum if there wasn't flux veins in the game, right? It's the only reason I'm beating these because he's literally not paying attention to them. No, the skill cap is lower, but Protoss is easier to play. You can fundamentally do less with Protosses than the other races. Exactly. Exactly. Like the skill ceiling of Protoss is lower, but it still has not been reached. Does that make sense? Can anyone translate that? Yeah, I would love to know what he said too. All right, get in my Discord, bro. You doing random teams tonight? I was before this, but obviously when you get people like fucking Big Wheeze on your team, it doesn't go very well. Let's see. All right, I'm in my general voice chat. Damn. No, it's just like he took the absolute like Stretch can tell you, bro. Don't be mean, Big Wheeze. No, being a cool guy and making stupid plays have nothing to do with one another. Like they don't. You know, like I don't know what to tell you. Like at least when I play random teams, if I'm dead, I at least ask like, oh, yo, you think we got a shot before I just dip out of here? Like I'm not just gonna leave my partner high and dry, you know. You'd argue it has been reached? You're nuts, bro. You're literally insane. If you think the skill cap of any of the races has been reached in this game. The problem is no, dude. The problem with that statement is that until a human person can do every single thing an AI with unlimited ability can do, then it's not reached. And you might be like, well, you know, that's out of the reach of human capacity. Well, then that just means that the skill ceiling will never be reached. It literally is impossible. So, you can never say that the skill ceiling is reached. People will always find new ways to innovate, do things faster, better, bigger, stronger. All the way, you know. MVP was the absolute best Terran of his time. I guarantee you, if you took a fucking time capsule and put some mid in AGM that's like 5.5K right now, like fucking Burninator, back to 2012, he probably beat the shit out of MVP in GSL. Like, that's just how skill progression works. I actually don't dislike Big Wheeze. He's just stuck in a crappy middle of top, low diamond, low master. He gets into high level master 1 games, and his skill's not there. Yeah. Yeah, well, so like I was gonna say, Stretch could back me up here, but when he engaged you in the middle of the map off creep against tanks with like Banes all clumped up, that was like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He also fought into static D.
Yeah,
against,
over.
Like, Math, Void Ray, and Marines.
Over. Oh yeah, he didn't just do it once either. No, see, the only reason I stayed in that game is because when he left, like my bank was already huge, but my bank got like massive. And so the goal was to just give you guys all of my workers and then just max out on battle cruisers. And I was getting close. I had like 23. Yeah, it's a diamond move. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then I get like, you know, it's my luck, bro. It's literally my teammate luck. Like I get a teammate yesterday. Interesting. I get a teammate yesterday against Wacho in my chat. And he fucking my teammate kills both my Nexus and then leaves the game. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you, bro? Like, what? Why? You could have just left and let me at least try to 1v2. None of the highest tier Protoss players are particularly better than one or the other. Yeah, that was funny. Dude, I'm thinking like, man, you know, I get to see how good Grandpa is or Wacho is just in general. I just get to test it. Oh, fuck that. I saw the replay. Yeah, I'm like, why? There's a Reaper here. But what do you mean, dude? I think Stats is the best Protoss player right now. But Stats has been the best Protoss player for years. He just decides to show up every once in a while. You know who I think could be better than Stats? Parting. Parting just is a little more emotional than Stats is. And that's emotions are not necessarily a bad thing, but they can definitely screw up your psyche for sure. Aww. We played many times under my other ID. Yeah, I know. And those days were, I remember that day. It was with Nico, and we lost like 3 times in a row. You know, you are kind of cheesy. I can't lie. Like the thing people will 2v2 is like I rarely ever play 2v2 seriously. I always. You gonna come up here? Fuck. I didn't mean to drop the mule down there. I just didn't think about it. 2v2 random is just hard. Oh, fuck that shit. It's easier on cheesy maps because if your partner sucks, you can just carry harder. Like on maps like Efflorescence, you can carry on that map really easily, I think. I do the thick cheddar every once in a while. I feel like it's every game I played you, bro. Like, not that, and that's not even saying you're a bad player. You just cheese every game, and then it like macro out from behind it, which works every time you kill my teammate. You know. Trap stats, parting Zest. Take out Zest, take out Neeb, take out Deer. Neeb recently shown back up, but until you achieve consistency, you cannot add these players into that group. Take out Trap. Yes, Trap is consistently one of the best. Zest is like a worse SOS. And I can vouch for that. I was literally on a team with Zest for a long time, actually. Like, I want to say it was like 6-7 months. Why I'm getting such deja vu of a game that I had that was like exactly like this. I don't know why. It's just deja vu is just hitting me right now. Maybe I like dreamed about this game or something and now it's happening. Dude, and it also another thing about patches like this, it makes it unfun when every single fucking game is Void Rays. Every single game. Not some of them. Not a good amount of them. All of them. Every single one. Void Rays. Void Rays? Void Rays. I tune into one cast of the TSL 6 qualifier, and I see Danone going triple Stargate Void Ray against sort of. Like, it's everywhere. I hate it. It's so fucking dumb. They buffed the most skillless unit. It's the same thing with them, like, what's it called? When they gave the Raven interference matrix. It just makes the game so much less compelling to watch. You're getting boned, and I am so sorry. I got your natural. Like, who wants to... I don't know. I never... Anytime... Like, put it this way. It's got to the point where anytime a Protoss is in a series, unless he's American, so my boy Neeb, I just don't watch it. I just don't watch the series. I literally tune out. I'm like, oh, I'll go watch some StarCraft today. And it's like, oh, Skillless versus Hellraiser? And I'm like, well, that's fucking pointless. I mean, Marines are brainless. They get 8 upgrades a match. Huh? But they have the potential micro. The thing is, Void Rays don't have much potential micro. I wish I could have the clip from Roddy's stream today where he was just like, you know, come on, man, why don't you take the Vibe? Void Rays are shitty. Like, because they just are. They've just been buffed so much. And what he meant by Void, what he was talking in that context was they can't micro against you. They can't micro back. Or, like, Oh, you could take one back one by one. Yeah, sure, but like, I'm attacking. Air plus ground, highest DPS of like forever. Huh? Yeah, but DPS, you know what their downside is, Heterovono? The amount of health they have. Marines don't have that much health. Like for a Zealot example, like think about it. 2 Marines is 90 health. 1 Zealot is 150. The bio armies, yes, they have high DPS and but they are fragile. They are very fragile. Zealot is melee and needs the health. It was. It already. But what do you mean? It literally moves faster, almost as fast as a Marine with stim, without even the charge happening. Like I'm talking like once it gets the charge speed boost. So not even the charge ability, just the, okay, carriers. Wow, who would have guessed? I'm just saying, who would have fucking guessed that this guy was gonna go carriers? You guys have any idea? You know, after he's massing. Oh yeah. Wow, look at this guy. Look at all the micro he's doing. He's just like chrono boosting his Stargates. I hear you. They're fragile, but Protoss and Zerg have AoE that takes 10 times the skill of Terran AoE. That is also untrue. Every single Terran unit has to siege, man. Like I know what you mean by the Protoss and Zerg skill, right? In terms of like their spellcasters and stuff, but what the skill requirement the counteract to that is mobility. Terran has no mobility. Like yes, the Marines have mobility, but the Marines themselves die to splash damage because they're fragile, right? So therefore you need units that siege like this, which requires positioning, which in turn, just in itself, is already a form of strategy that you have to think about. That make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. You literally can't do anything? What? Warriors have potential micro with speed. Yeah, they have more micro, but again, oh wow, you can just pull them back faster? Wow. So much more micro. Supply block. My macro's kind of been on point this game, though. Besides, like, my money spending. That's not great. Hello, Terran Army. You can't beat me, bitch. You have worse upgrades, too. I'll fight your one tank. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. His armor doesn't need it. That base is back. I'm gonna go siege the toss is natural. Hold on. You can stutter step with voids? Yeah, I know. I actually been doing a lot of that too. But it doesn't, like, I don't know if I could constitute that as necessarily micro. Hold on. But there's gas. Fifth. This spot is so dirty. Kill the medevac. Go ahead. Already in his main. No, that could actually help you even more. Put the 2 tanks here. Okay. Dirty and only Terran can abuse, really? Wait. Boom, now we're talking about a fun game. Terran stay the same, Disruptors auto-fire, and Banelings get charged. Strategy like defending stuff they have to attack to kill you? Wait, what? Strategy like defending the stuff they have to attack to kill you? Like, no, so what I meant, like, positionally in itself, so, like, you always wondered, put it this way, TVT was very fun to watch in, like, 2016, 2017 era, right? It was because it was so focused on Marine tank, and the tanks in themselves required the positioning to be so precise that it always felt so tense during every match, and that was for that exact reason. It's the exact reason why Protoss dominates mech, because mech is very positionally based and it's slow moving, where Protoss armies are very mobile, except unless you make Tempest. Like, Tempests are the only non-mobile unit of a entire Protoss arsenal. AFK mech into the new Raven, and tanks are kind of trash in TVT now. Exactly. Like, just put it this way, Hetero. The changes they've been making to the game make it so much less compelling to watch. The things just don't seem like, the maneuvers just don't seem quite as skillful anymore, even whether they are or aren't. It just doesn't feel or seem that way at all, because it's just not compelling. Nothing about this gameplay is compelling to watch to me, which is like why you see that DreamHack now gets barely 10k viewers, or to 12k, right? Whereas DreamHack 2 years ago was getting 26 to 30k per tournament. It's just not compelling. EVT sucks to watch now? Hell yeah, it does. It's whose 2-base Raven push is better, man. Like, TVT, like, I don't know. Protoss, it feels like the Protoss players have like, PvP is like watching people with brain damage. TVT is like, I guess I would say people with Down syndrome, because they just like they just bash their heads together doing the exact same fucking thing. And then ZVZ has gotten better for sure. It's better than it used to be.
Really good.
Yeah, no, ZVZ is like, I enjoy watching positional lurker battles. Like, ZVZ kind of reminds me of the old TVT, because I'd rather have positional lurker battles with Viper usage than just fucking shoving roaches down each other's throat and hoping that you have more roaches than your opponent. You know? Like, it's just not skillful. And you want to know how exactly not skillful it is? What, like, for example, Zhugliang beating Serral at Home Story Cup, even when Zhugliang was like 6.1 and Serral's like, was what, 7.4 at the time? It's like, should never happen. He just happened to have like 5 more roaches. So now which snowballs. The game's over. I don't know why I sent this SCV down here. It's like, which finally at least TVT needs the same skill as late ZVT with Viper. Because, no, see, I refuse to play Ravens. I make myself play like super highly aggressive bio in TVT, because fuck Ravens, bro. I will never play Ravens. I hate, like, I used to think Ravens were fun when they changed the auto turret. And I'm not going to lie, during the Maru era of the 30 damage anti-armor missile, I did use Ravens, and they were pretty fucking OP back then.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh, I loved that era, dude. I remember specifically on Neon Violet Square watching an entire 150 Zerg army supply die, and I didn't lose a single unit. And
were you playing me?
but
that game where I kept losing horribly.
Yeah, so I did abuse it back then, and I admitted back then that it was broken. Same thing with the Ghost that started with Cloak, all that stuff. Like, there have been broken iterations of the game. The problem with Protoss players is Protoss players never like to admit when their race is broken. Ever. I always admitted when Terran was broken. I'm like, dude, this is fucking stupid. Like the Liberators, the early Legacy of the Void Liberators with Liberange, you're just chilling behind in their base, and you're just fucking them up. Aw, I thought I won that fight.
I'm gonna go air.
That was batshit dumb. All of it. Yeah, all of these eras were dumb. Were they fun as the person playing it? Of fucking course. Of fucking course. Like, that's another reason, like, the only way I stay sane playing this video game is because I play random. For example, like, I get to do the dumb Void Ray shit too, 1 out of every 3 games. Like, I get to do it. It's just not fun receiving it. And I have to receive it 2 out of 9 times. 2 out of 9 matchups. I guess I would say 3, but I don't really, in PvP, you can't complain about mirror matchups. Things I can't remember last time I had the dumb stuff being fun playing Zerg. What do you mean? You didn't have fun with 13 range Broodlords? You didn't have fun before Swarmhose got nerfed with speed and they could just run around massacring Terran? Like, infrastructure to the point to where it was actually good against bio. You didn't have fun where you could fungal being underground. You're telling me you didn't have fun with a, oh, gotcha, now your whole army's stuck. Oh, let me fuck you with Banes real quick. No lube required. Come on, man. Like, let's have a good, like, you're telling me that wasn't fun? That sounds fun to me.
Brood Lords were OP, though.
Huh?
I wouldn't say the old Brood Lords were OP.
No, they weren't OP, but I'm talking about, like, they were way better than what they are now.
Well, they're trash now, but they weren't fun before either, though.
I thought they were fun. I liked kiting with them. But the infestors are the biggest one for me. The burrow fungal, bro. And you gotta remember, dude, does no one remember early 2017 when they had burrow fungal and fungal still held everything in place? Does no one remember watching Sue almost, like, the reason Sue got 1 billion second places that year, well, obviously he's a god at the game too, but was partly because he just always had he coined the having one infestor to bringing one infestor to every fight because of that specific thing right there. Like, that one interaction made it so good. You know, you're telling me, like, Ravagers first come out, huh?
This guy's gonna hit me with Phoenix pretty soon.
And you're fine. I can give you some gas. There you go.
Alright.
This guy's already building missile turrets? What the hell? Holy shit. What the fuck? Stand by the cyclone. Give it a hug. I shouldn't have walked together right there. Whatever. At least I got some value. Infestor plus Biles? Yeah. Does no one remember that? Like, you can't tell me those arrows of Zerg weren't fun. Early Legacy of the Void, Ravager Fester, so where Snoot was fucking dominating because he's so good at that. Yeah, Infestor Bios is great, but like that didn't happen as often as people think. I don't know, dude. Snoot had only gotten to one final his entire career until Legacy of the Void came out, and then he appeared in like 3, specifically because of that style. He's just so good with it. Styles are only.
Like the Heart of the Storm.
Oh yeah, of course. He was. That's where he became big. He's a very good. Like he's really good at playing passive styles. Always has been. Which is why that style suited him so well. Because it was literally like, come at me. Like, you know, it's basically like having. He was the Venus flytrap of Zergs. You know, he was like, he opened his arms, said come here, and then as soon as you walked a little too close, bam, dead. Like, and there's nothing you could do about it. You couldn't move. You couldn't do shit. Now. One thing that I think would make the game very interesting again, that you guys are going to hate me for, I would take some nerfs to it, for sure. But one thing I would love to play with again that I miss more than anything in this world, fucking Tankovacs. I loved Tankovacs. They were so fun. Just purely fun, not even balanced at this point. Those are just so fun to use. That's a lot of Phoenix. Did you lose? I got one. Guy going back? Yeah, he is. Tankovacs OP. Tankovacs can come back if the medevac is slower and can't boost. Fucking deal. That is a deal I'll take in a heartbeat, bro. You're tripping. Build eBay's already. That's why I have so much gas. I'm like, what the fuck? Gas?
You know if the Protoss is the 3rd?
Yep.
It's not up yet.
My 3rd's before his, so. Your ally, is he good? I don't know, Stretch. Are you good at this game? Doesn't know. I can't tell you. What do you consider good, Tejo? Like 7.3K? Like, what are we talking about?
I'm not quite so.
Nice scouting pylon. Is that a care? Oh, I thought that was already a care. So, the beautiful thing about all this is that the Terran player is very out of position for me to just siege the Protoss' Stargates. Like this.
Okay.
Oh, that's a carrier. He's already making carriers. You won, right? Okay, good. What? I'm gonna go factories. Did you not watch Angry Coach? I've seen a Diamond Zerg make it 10 minutes without an Evo, let alone upgrades. No, I don't watch Angry Coach, bro. I do replay roast myself. I see it all the time. Diamonds struggle so much when knowing how to turn the aggression off. Like, it's like once somebody flips their aggression switch, they're like, oh, fuck, I can't stop. I can't stop, guys. I can't stop hitting the Zergling key. I can't. Like, oh, dude, you're making roach upgrades. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't. Kind of embarrassing when mistakes happen. No, Diamond, lower level StarCraft is always will be the most entertaining to watch, bro. That shit is so funny. Especially from me, like someone who's not like, you know, I feel like I'm pretty mediocre at the game, right? Obviously. So watching them and the mistakes they make is just fucking comedic in itself. Just looking at the games is so funny. I would assume you don't forget upgrades as a Diamond Zerg. Yeah, oh, you definitely do. Like, for example, dude, I was watching I did watch where Lambo and Raynor were coaching Hearthstone Zerg, and he forgot upgrades like entirely. He just hit a 0-0 200 max out timing. I think every Terran I think every Terran building that goes to a corner should give the opponent 3,000 to gas. Well, how often do you have people that are, I'm trying to say, that salty against you? Also, you know, Heterophone, I haven't seen you in years, man. It's good to see you here again, man. That's the most bullshit low move